Hi guys, my name's Elliot Harlin Bethel and this channel is about energy healing, personal development, utilising different forms of fasting as a healing modality. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about meditation, because at the start of my journey it was something that I really struggled with. The average human being has 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and as mentioned before, these paired with an emotion create our reality, because whatever thought vibration and whatever we speak into creation creates the foundation for what we draw towards us with the law of attraction or karma, because we put this into our energy field, our aura, and therefore it's returned to us. So it is said, and I always like to use metaphors, because I've mentioned to you guys that at the beginning of my journey I went back and read quite a lot of scriptures and religious studies and found that there was lots of keys in metaphors or parables, and there's almost like a roadmap on how to find inner peace. So it is said that there are 5 trees in paradise. We have 5 senses. We have touch, taste, sound, smell and sight. So when I first started my journey into meditation, I found it very difficult to single my 80,000 thoughts down to one thought or to nothing, or just to become my breath. So I started studying various different shamans, and including Jose Luis Stevens, Don Miguel Jr. and quite a few others. And what I discovered was that I was kind of out of touch with my senses. So what I'd like you to have today, if you could find, is something you could taste, either a lemon or some dark chocolate, preferably vegan chocolate. Something you could touch. I actually just found this feather in a field, which is a bit of a sign. I would advise to get a pink rose if you could, because for the smell meditation, when you smell a pink rose, it really opens up your heart chakra. But I'm going to use some cut grass because I'm in a field and I totally forgot to bring a pink rose with me. So some of the things that I started learning when I first started studying various shamans is that we can actually taste things without actually tasting them. So if I was to propose to you to imagine the taste of a lemon in your mouth right now, really go into depth and imagine that taste, you'd probably start to get lots of saliva in your mouth, and you'd probably squint a little bit like you had the sharpness of the lemon in your mouth. Now this is because your imagination is so powerful that you've actually created that within your body. That's how powerful you are. Now on top of that, if you really want to go into a deep meditation, I'd say break off a little bit of dark chocolate or even a little bit of the lemon and just place it on the tip of your tongue. Close your eyes, cut off all 4 other senses. So we're just going to really zone in on taste. Close your eyes and really concentrate on it. Almost like you can tune into where the cacao was produced. If it was produced in Peru, you can almost sense and feel the energy from the sunlight that was absorbed into that cacao, the people that farmed it for you, the people that transported it for you, every single part of the production and transportation. Be grateful for all of that, because the more gratitude you put into these things, the more gratitude you're sending out to more people, the more that's returned to you. And as we know, as I've spoken about before, gratitude is one of the highest vibrations that you can possibly give out, and that will come back to you. This is why in the Bible, when people say grace to their food, the energy you're putting into your energy field and therefore into your food, because your food is in the vicinity of your energy, is gratitude. So you're placing a higher vibration into your food, and that is then being returned to you. So that's one of the forms of meditation, of just getting down to one form of your senses. Then you could do touch meditation. So I'd advise either grabbing a really nice piece of carpet, a piece of silk, a piece of cotton, or even a feather, cutting off all senses, cutting off your sound, your sight, your taste and your smell this time, and just really feeling the touch of something. If you've got someone, a partner or anyone who can do this with you, having a feather on the bottom of your back or in the palm of your hand or even your neck or anywhere, just really get them to tickle it while you shut off every other sense, so you can really close everything else off and go into one. This again just draws your attention, so wherever you put your attention, your energy goes, and that's what you create, because wherever your attention goes, your energy goes. Where your energy goes, you bring more of that into your life. because that's what you draw to you. So by doing all of these things, you're learning how to stop your attention from going in too many different directions. In turn, by doing this, you'll start to see how things are created, because instead of your attention pissing out all over the place, it's like taking a bucket, punching loads of holes in it. And if you're watching TV, listening to the radio, driving around, talking to loads of different people, your energy is going so far all over the place that you don't see where your attention's going, therefore where your energy is going, therefore what you're creating in your reality. There's 80,000 thoughts trying to pinpoint how you're creating something. By the first thought you've had, 15,000 thoughts have occurred, you've manifested that first thought, and you don't see the correlation because there's another 14,999 thoughts in between. If you can focus your attention and therefore your energy on one thing, you start to see the connection to where your attention goes, your energy goes, and therefore that's what you create. So then cut it all off, take your pink rose or your cut grass, close your eyes, take your hearing out, take your touch out, and just really smell into something. Now, there's not many smells I like as much as cut grass. There is pink roses and there is also petrol, but I'd advise to stick to the cut grass or the rose. But again, it's just about taking that attention and therefore that energy and zoning in on one thing. Obviously do it a lot longer than this, but I've got quite a few things to get through. I try to keep my videos to about 10 minutes for YouTube and Instagram. So after that, I'd go into sight meditation. So the way shamans would train with this is if you was to look at a tree, and I've got a tree over here, you guys can't see it, but just imagine stand in front of a tree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take in a wide perspective. So this means I'm taking in the whole view of the scenery around me. I'm just going to stare blankly into it, but I'm going to be taking everything in. Now while I'm taking everything in, I'm going to switch that and I'm going to zoom in to one leaf on the tree. So I'm going from wide perspective to very small perspective. It's like taking your camera and zooming in on something. Now this really finely tunes that sense, and it's not something you do every day knowingly. And when you start to do these with your various senses, you start to see things that you've sort of faded out because you don't do them all the time. So I'm going to zoom into that tree and stare at one leaf for a little bit, and then take a wide perspective and take in the whole scenery. So my viewpoint has gone from that to that, from that to that. Now by doing this daily, you really start to notice a difference in the things that you pick up on and the things that you see, and you'll just notice that you have a wider perspective on things, that you're seeing things from a higher perspective. And sound meditation. Now sound meditation is a little bit different. I'd advise doing it with solfeggio frequencies. I'll be doing a whole video on solfeggio frequencies. These are frequencies that when the 3 numbers or 4 numbers or 2 numbers or 1 numbers add up, they add up to 3, 6 or 9. If you know much about Nikola Tesla, he said the keys to the kingdom, or if you know what's behind 3, 6 and 9, then you ultimately know a lot more than what most people do. So a good one is 432 Hertz. Another good one is 528 Hertz. When you play these music or these tunes, your body will relax slightly more and you will start to breathe a little bit deeper. But if you're out in nature, nature generally is about 432 Hertz. The sound of a water running or a stream or the rain is generally 432 Hertz. So what I'd say to do is just to take in all the sound of what's around you. So at the moment I can hear a lawnmower, I can hear birds, I can hear a river in the distance, and I can hear a lot of peace. But take that and then just tune into one of those sounds. So close your eyes, take your senses, keep still, still your mind, and I'm just going to hone in on the lawnmower in the background. Cancel out the birds, cancel out the river, and then I'm going to take in everything, all of the sounds. Right, so now we've gone through the 5 senses. Now, when you can cut off all 5 senses, this is when you can get very good at visualization. Because when you cut off all 5 senses and you have nothing there, and you can go deep within your mind and start to visualize, when you start to visualize, that's when your energy is on something that's in the spirit or in the non-physical. Now when you place your energy and your attention on something that's in the non-physical, you start a foundation of building that in the non-physical realm. And that's when you can start bringing that into the physical. Like when you think to yourself, I haven't seen Jane for ages, and then bang, you bump into Jane. It's not a coincidence, it's a synchronicity, because nothing happens by coincidence. Everything is cause and then effect. And when you work out the effects, you can go back to the causes and either create more of them if it's a healthy, prosperous, abundant one, or you can cancel them out if it's a negative one, and then you won't have the effects again. So I'm going to be doing a whole video on visualization at some point, but this was my video on meditation. After you get to this point, I'd suggest just literally sitting down, calming your mind and focusing on breathing. To start off, I'd say breathe in and out through your nose. It's a lot easier. Some people will meditate and breathe in through their nose and out through their mouth. This I find is actually better for breath work, because what I find is that it's flowing through your full chakra system. So if I was to sit sideways, by breathing in through your nose, you're taking it in and down through into your root chakra, and then it's coming back out again through your mouth. So it's almost like it's creating a wheel in and out. And I will be going through some breathwork videos probably next week now, because I've got a few other videos that I'd like to get out before then. And that will be, the first one will be a introduction to breathwork, and then I'll be going through the various different types of breathwork that I do on a daily basis. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video on meditation. It's a beautiful day. I hope you're all enjoying your time off and your isolation. Lots of love. Namaste. See you soon.